This just in, breaking news from the news desk bed of Saul Good and the Community News Foundation. So listen, this is serious. I know I try to make light of stuff, but this is actually really serious. My neighbor across the way yesterday she's like deathly ill. I mean, she's like, she can't move. And I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She goes, I just got vaccinated. I go, oh crap. Tell me the story. What's going on? So she says she was vaccinated with the J&J vaccination. I don't know, about 3 months ago, she said. Now, J&J, Johnson & Johnson, or Johan and Johan, whatever it is now. Anyways, that's the one jab, right? You get the one stick, and you're supposed to be good to go. So she goes, Mark's in the hospital. Mark is her husband. I go, oh shit. Now Mark has diabetes. Oh my gosh, he's got diabetes, a Parkinson's onset, Parkinson's. And when I say diabetes, I mean like the worst one you can have. I've been trying to help him out and whatever. It's hard. Anyways, it is what it is. So she goes, Mark's in the hospital. He tested positive for COVID. He's in the hospital. He's on a ventilator, blah, 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 blah. I go, and he's a little bit younger than me. He's like, I'm 54, and he's, I think he's about 50, and she's like 61 or something like that. She's a little bit older than me, and she's deathly ill. She's like, can you just go get me a hamburger? I go, yeah. She gives me some money, and I go to McDonald's. I get her a couple of hamburgers and some French fries, and she goes, Dave, I feel like shit. Dave, I feel like shit. Dave, I feel like shit. So, fast forward to today. Today, I was like, you know what? I turned off my motel room, and she didn't have my cell phone number. I learned that lesson very quickly with somebody else. So anyways, I knocked on the door like this morning or whatever. I was looking for work, doing something, made some phone calls, and about 10 or 11 this morning, I knocked on her door, and I said, hey, Jill, how you doing? Is everything okay? She was like, I can't even walk. She goes, I can't even sit down. So I grabbed a stool. She has a stool sitting on her. I grabbed the stool, and I helped her sit down real quick. And she goes, this is really bad. She goes, I feel really, really bad. I can't think straight. Well, she didn't say anything about what her symptoms were. I go, Jill, let me ask you a question. I didn't know that she had the J&J until after this, right? So anyway, she got the booster shot. That's what I'm about to tell you. And she's more sick than I was, and my wife was in March of 2020 when we both got COVID-19. No vaccines, no nothing. We just got the flu, right? It was a really bad flu. So anyways, I go, Jill. I go, I said, let me ask you a real quick question. What happened? Did they find, when they put Mark in the hospital, did they test you? Because he tested positive, did they test you? And they go, no, they forced me to go get a vaccine. And I said, okay. And where did you go? And she goes, I went to some place, right? Some unified healthcare, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, you didn't go to St. Francis, because I had to do that shit. Not for vaccine. Oh my God, broke my sprained ankle. It's a long story. So I go, okay. And I go, did you feel any symptoms though before that? She goes, no, absolutely not. She goes, I swear, I can't. I go, okay. I go, do you have body aches? She says, yes. I go, your whole body, all your muscular skeletal system is really sore, right? She goes, yes, it's really sore. She goes, I got a headache. I go, she goes, it's the worst headache I've ever had in my life. I go, when you say headache, do you mean your shoulders and your neck are really sore too? And she goes, yes. She goes, it hurts to even hold my head up. And I go, so you got this vaccine 2 days ago, right? She goes, yes. She's trying to talk to me. She doesn't even want to talk. She's like, blah. And anyways, I go, oh, okay. And I go, so when did you, was it 3 months ago you said last night you got your vaccine? She goes, yes. And I go, do you know which one you got? Because there's several of them, right? She goes, it was the J&J. I go, oh, you got the one-time vaccine. She goes, yes. I chose that on purpose. I go, oh, because that's the one the government doesn't want you to have, right? The government doesn't want you to have that because that's on the up and up. That's my guess. That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you, this is what I really believe to be truth. So she goes, yes. And I go, well, why did they force you to have, you're not supposed to have a follow-up because you didn't get the Pfizer one, you didn't get the other one, whatever, Moderna. You didn't get those, so you're not supposed to have a follow-up. I go, do you have a card? Let me see what you took and everything. She goes, I don't know where my fucking card is. I don't know. She goes, I vomited last night. I couldn't sleep and blah. And then and she goes, her head, she couldn't even talk. Her head was so stuffed up with fucking congestion. And so I just got through telling her last night. I go, you know what? When I had it in 2020, I had COVID-19, not a vaccine. I had the actual disease, right? I said, man, my wife and I both, it was 3 days, came and went just as quick as it fucking went just as quick as it came. I said, it was like if you took the worst cold in the world and the worst flu in the world and combined them into one thing and you got it, that's my experience, right? You know, I've been sick throughout my life. I mean, not often, but anyways, my wife suffered exactly the same thing and I said, same thing. So I'm like, okay, you took the J&J and they made you get a vaccine though. I mean, she goes, yeah, everybody at my work, they shut down her entire business. She works at a bar. They shut down her entire business for 14 days. She's quarantined for 14 days. Her husband's in the hospital, supposedly on a ventilator. I don't know, whatever. And then, anyway, so this is this morning, right? I'm like, okay. She goes, Dave, I can't even move. I can't walk. I don't know what to do. He thinks he's going to get out of the hospital today. Can you drive? Can you get us out of the hospital? And blah, blah, blah. And I go, absolutely. That's fine. No worries. And I'm supposed to be looking for a job and shit. Anyways, look, God fucking happens for a reason. Everything is okay. So anyways, I'm like, you know what? I think they gave you the wrong damn vaccine. You got a double dose. You had the J&J, which is one. Look, I'm just speculating here. I'm not a doctor, but I used to play one in the Army. So I'm just speculating here. I was like, you know what? I think they just dosed you. They really dosed you. She goes, so I'm going to get over it? I go, well, sure, you're going to get over it, but basically they gave you COVID-19. You have whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. You have the worst flu / cold that's ever existed, right? Well, besides something else in the fucking 1600s or whatever. Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, it's all good, man. She goes, can I just come over and get you then if we're gonna go this? She goes, I'm worried I'm gonna infect you. I go, I have antibodies. I'm all good. I don't get sick from anything. Especially not from this, right? Because, like I said, my wife and I'm never going to get a vaccine. But anyways, so what do we have today? Anyways, she didn't come over. So apparently they're going to keep him a little bit longer, probably tomorrow or something. I'll have to go get him. So what do we have today? Breaking news today from the bed of Soul Good News Network. So we have the emergency, right, the FDA just approved. It's fully approved, not emergency approved. The Pfizer shot. I don't know if it's a booster shot or I can't be clear because you can never get any news from the actual news, right? There's no actual news. It's just kind of like all fake news a little bit. Yeah, but I do know it's Pfizer. And so the FDA approved. Now, let's backtrack about, 20 years ago. I worked for a company. We're doing food, basically. It was a huge facility. I ended up being the supervisor and all the production of all of this stuff. But it were herbal extracts, right? Echinacea, it's good for the flu, this, and it's good for that, blah, blah, blah. Now, those are bee pollen, whatever it is, right? We had a giant warehouse filled with all this shit, right? And we'd formulate stuff, and we'd send it to the FDA. And the FDA doesn't like anything that's not patented, right? But I did hear this talking to the vice presidents, the various vice presidents in this company in 1992. And they're saying, yeah, well, first of all, we can't get anything patented anything approved from the FDA because these are natural cures, right? And I said, and you know what it takes? He goes, I'm talking to a guy that used to be a pharmaceutical freaking vice president. He's like, it takes 10 years to get FDA approval. So wait a minute. So, and I believe him. I totally believe him. And he goes, it takes 10 years and like $1.5 million. This is back in 91. So you can imagine it's probably like $10 million in 10 years now, or something, or $20 million in 10 years now. That's the federal government. It's the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So, anyways, so I'm watching the breaking news today. So, Pfizer, in accordance with this administration, the United States of America, the Joe Biden administration, it should be called the Kamala Harris administration, they're trying to, fuck, I'm over 10 minutes. My bad, you guys. So they tell the FDA to approve. I know it's only been a few months. You know, Pfizer, it's only been a few months, not 10 years, like we all know the FDA takes to approve. They say to Pfizer, yeah, we're going to approve you now. The Biden administration says, hey, FDA, tell Pfizer that we're going to approve you now. So now it's no longer emergency approval. Now it's great. And why? Because they want more people to get vaccinated. Now, why do they want more people to get vaccinated? Because this one across the way over here got really fucking sick. And she's spreading shit. She's not spreading shit to me because I have natural immunity because I actually had COVID-19, right? In March of 2020. So, yeah, and I'm not taking any vaccines. So I'm just thinking, okay, let your head run wild, right? Let your mind go and see, what is the fuck, if you want to tear apart a country, here's how you do it. There's several things to do, right? Lots of things to do. There's that one, there's the open borders, right? You got this whole Afghanistan thing. Listen, I'm telling you, I was right about the Communist Illuminati 6 years ago. I started making fucking videos. Some of you only found my videos like 4 years ago, whatever, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, this is the greatest way to take down the greatest nation in the world. And it's slow and concise, and slow and concise, and slow and concise. It's very interesting. So, for all you people that think vaccines are great, that's fine. And then now they want you to take a booster shot. And then here's another thing. Why is everybody with vaccines? Oh, by the way, my neighbor was never tested. She didn't test positive. Oh, she didn't have any symptoms until after she took oh man, she's like totally bedridden. Anyways, so I don't even think, she's quarantining for 14 days, and she never even tested positive. They didn't even bother. She just was quarantining because they told her because her husband is in the hospital, right? And he tested positive. And he's, like I said, he's got underlying conditions. Anyways, so here's the deal. Let's see if I can regain I know I just said a lot of shit, like really quickly. Because it's hard, man. Now I'm at 12 and a half minutes. Anyways, so getting back to this whole approval of drugs and the people I do not trust. How is it possible that 1 year now? It's been almost 18 months? Yeah, it's been about 18 months. How does 10 years turn into 18 months? I can tell you how approval that usually takes 10 years for a drug at the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, turns into 18 months. It's either money, power, or control. Those are the three reasons. Or it could be all of the above. It could be all of the above. So, the control is the Communist Illuminati. And if you think Joe Biden's president, you're absolutely mistaken. Look at all these interviews. He's talking about, oh my gosh, poor guy. I feel so sorry for the guy. I mean, he just doesn't know any better. Well, that's another thing. I'm going to tell you this. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but that's fine. You probably already think I'm crazy. How come when Joe Biden's speaking, whenever he goes to tell a lie, he goes like this. He says, no, we're actually making progress. There's things going on. And he touches that one eye. I used to make videos years ago where Joe Biden's one eye got fucked up. The same thing happened with George Bush. Same thing happened with John McCain. They're part of the Communist Illuminati. There's something about the one eye thing, about the Illuminati. Look on the, you know what I'm saying, right? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But he'll go like this. He doesn't have an itch. He'll just go like this for no reason. I've made videos about this, not just with him. I mean about John McCain, Songbird McCain. Oh my God, what a piece of shit. So anyways, I'm telling you, so they'll go, yeah, no, we're making progress and everybody's getting out of Afghanistan. It's great, you know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. That's how you know. He's got to tell. That's how you know he's lying. But that's how you know everybody's lying. There's something wrong with the one eye. Why is there something wrong with the one eye? I don't think they're lizards. No, I don't think they're like aliens. No, I think they're just part of the Communist fucking Illuminati, and they're just trying to give the signal to whoever's watching the damn news station. And by the way, all these motherfuckers that own these news stations, same pieces of shit, man. Same pieces of shit. They're in the same damn cabal of people that go out and fucking do whatever they're doing, man. The little baby, whatever the fuck they're doing. They could be drinking blood, They could be fucking sexually molesting 6-year-old girls. I don't know. But they're all doing it. And I guarantee you they're all fucking connected. I guarantee freaking to you. So, yeah, I've heard lots of, oh my gosh, Nebraska's a trip. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'm sorry to bring you this weird news, but it is Armageddon. The world is unfolding as we speak, right? I talk to God every night, and I go, oh, God, how come I'm not making any progress? I go, oh, shit, because the devil's fucking making me do this. I make the wrong choices. I don't have faith, right? I mean, I try to. I listen to this. Oh, my gosh. Sunday morning is like the greatest thing in the world now for me. I listen to these sermons that are like, it's right in my face. David, David, you can do this. David, you can do this. David, you can do this. And I keep not having faith, though. I keep trying to push my way. Somehow the devil's getting in the way, right? Anyways, it's very interesting. I appreciate you, James, man. I think you're like the only person that watches my videos. You're a great dude. I wish you, by the way, James, man, you and your family very well. I hope you guys are I know you're doing well. You got a beautiful place out there. That's all good. Anyways. Yeah, so I just thought I'd give you that. That's just my take on what's happening. What's happening in the news today? Thank you very much. This is Saul Good. This is Saul Good. Thank you for watching the Saul Good Network. Because it might not be Saul Good. Anyways, take care of yourselves, guys. God bless. God bless us all.